Hello everyone and welcome to another track guide video, and today we got Laguna SECA and this is daily race B. So I think a couple of months ago I actually made a guide for this track in the 911 Porsche, so you can find it in the link down in the description, or you can just scroll through my channels and there are like 100 track guides. But this time I decided to go with the Nissan GT-R, and yeah, without further ado, let's get going. And let's get going with the track guide. And this car is fairly easy to drive, but it's also very difficult to put a good lap time with this car. So this is my first reference point, but just make sure that you brake in the straight line and then slightly start turning in so you can reach the apex. I slightly missed the apex here. You need to touch the apex, I just have to say. Quickly upshifting into second. You can see that I'm holding always the throttle at about 75%, which usually helps with the rotation of the car. And it doesn't spin you out like usual. But here, on the left, this is another point where I brake, or slightly before that, downshifting into second, quickly upshifting into third, and you can see right again, I'm kind of staying at 70-75% for a little while and then I accelerate. This is gonna be a different situation. This is just a flat out section. So basically you just tap the brakes slightly, downshift into third, but I even believe that it's gonna be good if you just stay in fourth gear. I think the downshift is maybe unnecessary, but it kind of helps me with the confidence and all of that. So here, just a little bit before the 2 mark, this is where I usually like to kind of brake, and at the end of the curb I turn in. Once again, you need to touch the end of the curb on the left. And sometimes it might be tricky to get out of this turn, and I do like to give myself a little bit of a gap because it's very easy to go wide, especially here. I mean, it's kind of the same type of corners. And easy turning in, don't turn in too much. This is my very warm recommendation, because otherwise the car is gonna understeer. And something like that even happens in this turn. So I'm braking right at that point. I usually look at the Marshall because it's kind of orange, and then brake straight line, then turn at the end of the curb, rotate in first gear, and then quickly upshifting into third, make it into a straight line, and only then you can start accelerating. Otherwise the car will start to slide. You want to be able to get to the end of that curb and still be able to reach the middle of this one. So it's a very tricky section. I really don't have a reference there, but just, you know, it is what it is. What can I say? Here, it's the 2 mark or beginning of the curb, slightly braking and then quickly upshifting into fourth. And this is where I made a little mistake. So I should have upshifted into fourth before putting the power down. And that kind of should have saved me like 50,000s. But here, it's free, braking the straight line once again, looking at the end of the curb, and just before the end of the curb, you want to get in, and a quick upshift into second gear, and you can always see that I'm staying at about 75-80%, because then the back of the car rotates and you will be able to kind of position the car in a better way and get more speed onto the straight, and even a better acceleration, because this car is not so great when it comes to acceleration. But either way guys, I really hope you enjoyed in this one. If you did, you can smash that like button, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. .399. Oof, that felt actually good. That felt good.